The BVI is seen as a safe, English-speaking jurisdiction. It can be easier to set up bank accounts for BVI companies than it is for some other offshore entities. However, a BVI offshore company is a bad choice for most people. The reason is that to be considered the acceptable face of the offshore world, the BVI has had to cave into every directive from the OECD and tax-hungry Western governments, insisting on full transparency. The main objectives for setting up an offshore structure are to avoid high rates of taxation and to protect assets. A BVI company doesn't do either of these things well. The mistake that most people make when setting up an offshore company is failing to plan how they're going to use it. Most large high-tax countries have controlled foreign corporation rules. The CFC rules mean that if you're resident in high-tax countries like the UK and the USA, the tax authorities will consider any earnings from offshore companies being controlled from the high-tax jurisdiction to be taxable. Your expensive new BVI company where you are the only director and shareholder will do nothing to help avoid taxes in your home country. Even worse, it might single you out for extra attention from your local tax collector. For asset protection purposes, the story is grim too. The BVI will recognize foreign judgments in their courts. It's possible to get a judgment against your company in London or New York, and then go to the local court in the BVI and get it endorsed. Your creditor is then able to seize the assets of your offshore company. We already see that BVI companies are useless for tax avoidance and for asset protection. But what about privacy? Keeping some secrecy over your affairs can be another reason for using an offshore company. But the BVI is committed to transparency, and you will have to disclose the beneficial owner to the registered agent in the BVI. Any information you disclose to the registered agent is readily available to any government agency that asks for it under mutual legal assistance treaties. BVI companies fail on the three main cornerstones of your offshore strategy. They fail on asset protection, they fail on tax avoidance for most people, and they fail on protecting your privacy. Even an onshore company correctly structured can be a better option than a BVI company. BVI companies may have worked well 25 years ago. Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. Please subscribe to our channel and follow the link in the description to get a free copy of your Wealth Fortress. With this report, you'll learn unique and valuable strategies for keeping your assets completely hidden, untouchable and untrackable by anyone. No matter how much money you have, you'll learn carefully crafted strategies so that nobody can find it or even know what you have. Your assets will remain untouchable even with a team of the best global lawyers. Well-funded governments will not be able to lay a finger on your wealth. It's all detailed in your Wealth Fortress. Bulletproof structures to protect your assets. Follow the link in the description to get instant access.